Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Seattle by Streetlight, Chronicles of Darkness actual play, where everybody just keeps getting themselves into trouble, and hopefully it'll work out for them yet again. Last week, actually, let's start with introductions. Simon, go first. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Simon at Wandering DM, and I am playing James Flynn, the laid-back teacher's assistant, who did not manage to get a date last episode.
I think a good counterpoint to that would be going to Gabe, who, if memory serves, did get dates.
Yeah, hi. I am Gabe, Gabe James Games, and I'm playing Lucas Hansen, the young boy who might be able to hear dead people and technically got 2 dates last session.
He's just a young boy.
Yeah,
He's small, do not be mean.
yeah, he'll flip you.
Next up on the date train is AJ.
Hi, I'm Russ, and I play AJ. And they are kind of a jock with a heart of gold who last time lost their fight in the fight club, but ended up with one date.
Next up is McCloken.
Hello. Hi, I'm McLogan. I did not get a date, but I did learn how to semi throw a punch. And then I did not get set on fire. And there's a smile in the darkness. So, I'm fine.
And lastly, but certainly not least, we have Shauna Nakasona.
Hey, I'm Shauna, Flying Cirrus. I'm playing Steph, the trans photography student who can read mental impressions off of objects, who also made $150 off of said fights, and is clearly does not have a good survival instinct at this point. She saw a flamethrower and decided, yes, let's keep going. Let's just keep going.
And I am your usual DM, back again from surgery. If I sound weird or stiff in any sort of delivery, it's because I had surgery on my jaw. That's why I was out last week, and there's still some swelling, hence why I have this scarf on. It's so I don't need to see my own swollen jaw in Zoom. But yeah, so last week when I was not here, our party still had adventures where they finally went into those underground tunnels and finally saw AJ's fight club, the Bruisers. Much fighting was done. Much of it was partially unsuccessful, but it was a good introduction to combat all around, and there was some very nice little characterizations, and AJ finally got their date with their boyfriend. And Lucas finally got more than one date.
It's a good day for Lucas.
So far.
That's true.
Day's not over yet.
That's because after that fight club, they decided to explore further into the tunnels, following some strange markings on the walls that James was able to see and decipher. They eventually came across a flamethrower, and then after deciding to keep going, finally realized that they were being followed by something in the dark. So, at that note, let's start our chronicle.
So there's something behind us smiling in the darkness?
Yes. Like, if you want to react to it initially, like have an initial reaction before you like get a chance to assess the situation, go for it.
Okay. The one thing that Damien would do as soon as he notices it, puts himself in between the group and whatever is smiling, and then goes, wolf.
From from the darkness, the smiling figure just... I have no idea what you're talking about. Stepping forward out of the darkness, revealing himself to you in all his piratey glory, is once again the Pit King. You shouldn't
what?
be wandering off down in these tunnels. It's very dangerous.
How long have you been following us?
Oh, not too long. I saw that you set off a flamethrower. I thought that I should do my best to stay quiet and out of the way, just in case there were any sort of traps that I did not see.
What do you know about these tunnels?
Well, I know that it's where I have my fight club. I haven't explored much this way. I am wondering why my good friend AJ decided to bring such a colorful group with them this evening.
AJ at this point is just so confused by what's happening and just looks at the Pit King and says, "So you ran into flamethrowers and just decided to keep going also?"
Well, I saw you run into flamethrowers, so I knew where they were.
Okay. So you saw flamethrowers and decided to keep going. Clearly the pit... I look at everyone else and I go, clearly the Pit King should be in this group.
Oh, are you extending an invitation to me?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, sure.
If you're not going to stop us.
Or kill us.
I am very curious to see where this leads. If something has if someone has set themselves up in my backyard, I think it would be best for me to know about it.
Okay. So why were you following us?
Because you went the wrong way.
But we left in the middle of the games.
And I saw you go.
How fast did you move to catch up to us?
Oh, well. I'm faster than I look, but, you know, only when it serves me. Wink.
Does he say wink?
No, I say wink.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of look at the rest of the group and be like, so thoughts?
You know them. What do you think?
I mean, I've been against this since we ran into the flamethrower.
Well, if you want my opinion, I think they can probably hold themselves up in a fight fairly well.
Oh, that's been very much proven to be the case.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to know is if you had prior knowledge of these things being out in this direction before coming down this way. You seem to have come this way very deliberately.
Well, Steph
Yes.
is an urban explorer.
AJ, don't lie to me.
No. They're not lying. I have my kit with me. So I'm here for.
Well, I mean, I know that that's probably is part of the truth, but AJ is very not that hard to read.
Lucas is an Eagle Scout.
We lost a phone. We're trying to get it back.
We did lose a phone.
In
Don't
these,
say it that way because it sounds like there's more to it.
well, it does seem like there's more to it because it's very strange that you would be coming down in these tunnels over a phone.
You don't know what's on the phone.
A man being attacked by a goose.
That's on
That
the
was
internet. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's
I saw
not what
that
the
video.
problem
That was
on the
pretty
phone
funny.
is. There's something on the phone that's kind of problematic, and we need to get so it doesn't get out.
And did someone take that phone and bring it down here?
It fell down a chute that led down here.
I kind of like sidle up to James and like whisper, and I'm like, "What did you have on your phone?"
Oh, just stuff that could make me lose my job as a teacher's assistant.
Okay.
Which,
This
by
is
the
like
way,
whispered. AJ is
Yeah.
saying this very quietly.
oh, I'm saying it out loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not great. And we live in a day and age where if you don't get certain pieces of a phone back, anyone can put it back together and get information off of it.
So very true. So very true. Data privacy is a very, very hot issue right now.
Mm-hmm.
Damien takes out his notepad and walks up to Wesley. And he's like, Wesley, can you read that? And I am going to watch his face to see if he's lying.
You're showing him the marks that you saw on the walls. Wesley looks at it, raises an eyebrow, and says, "Read." No, it looks like some of those things I saw on the wall. Have you been taking notes?
Mm-hmm.
He sort of just looks you over slowly. You really get the sense that he's sort of trying to almost figure you out a little bit.
I'm doing the same thing to him, honestly. So you have no idea what these are.
Well, they appear to be markings.
Is there a role, would it be empathy or wits to kind of read if they're being honest or not, or?
Yeah, you can do a wits empathy roll for me.
All right. Empathy.
Let me just pull up my
2 successes.
Yeah. 2 successes. This would probably be versus their composure and larceny. Something like that. Let's do this a versus roll.
That or manipulation, if they're trying to lie, I would think, but.
Yeah, true. Manipulation. So you don't get any. You don't get specific information, of course, but you can definitely tell by his body language that he doesn't really fully he kind of picked up on there's more going on here, but isn't sure what to divulge. And you can definitely also tell that he's keeping a lot very close to the chest right now.
Mm-hmm. So,
he's very clearly been trying to keep the conversation on you, you all, instead of letting it get back to what he's all about.
Wesley, what do you know about these tunnels? Other than you have your fight club here, how did you find them?
Oh, well, let's just say a friend of mine told me about them. Told me that it would be a good place to set up shop.
Mm-hmm. And your friend, I take it, is your boss of some sort?
If you want to view our relationship in that light, then go ahead.
Mm. So, it's interesting. Why would you be so curious on where we're going and so curious on if someone put up shop here?
It's curious that you would ask that. I would think that the answers would be obvious. I certainly don't want people getting lost or hurt down in these tunnels, especially right after being seen in my fight club. And also, I need to make sure that the location is still safe and secure. Obviously.
That's very obvious, yes, but I'm just curious if that's really what your motives are.
Oh, well. If those weren't my motives, that would make things more interesting, wouldn't it?
I have a feeling we'd be in a lot more trouble.
Lucas raises his hand.
Hello, Lucas.
Is any of this really important at all? Because if you're suspicious of the Pit King and they're here, then they're just going to beat our ass. And if they're not going to beat our ass, then we're literally spending more time talking in a place where we shouldn't be waiting.
Your friend is very smart.
And
Well, maybe.
Didn't you want to fight the Pit King and then realize that they were going to whoop you? So maybe saying too much is a terrible idea.
I like you. Lucas, was it?
Yes.
Well, we can have that continue this conversation later. People like that have this kind of business, there's just more to meet the eye. And I'm looking him dead in the eye when I say that. And then kind of like start marching off down the tunnel.
This is why people who mess with the mob die. And then I follow.
Before we head on, Pit King, I have something to ask you as you're being all cryptic. Have you seen anyone else come down here? Anyone else get hurt? Be here that weren't supposed to be here? People did not come for the fight ring.
I did hear a rumor of someone sniffing around a couple of weeks back, but not much since then.
And what did you hear specifically?
Oh, just that some stranger was skulking about where they shouldn't be, and then they went missing. At least as far as my people here know.
And that's all you know about this person? Some stranger?
That is all I personally know.
Well, good. You can help us find them. And I turn around and walk.
Oh, so you're down here looking for that person?
Yes, I am. It's a good friend of mine.
Well, that's very interesting.
I don't care about your interest. I care about your help. And if you're not going to help, let us go.
Me being interested leads to me helping, does it not?
At this point, why not?
My, I did not realize that your friends were so testy, AJ.
acquaintances.
Very fair. That explains a lot, honestly. Well, shall we go?
I guess. Would you care to lead?
Oh, no, it seemed like your one friend came a good job for.
Where is everyone?
I'm coming.
Hey, Damien,
Yeah.
don't yell in a creepy tunnel.
Well, actually, if we think about it,
What?
well, we already been talking loudly, and the reverberation of the walls, it probably carried very far down. So, if anyone knows we're here, they're already
Which means
aware.
that if you yell, it carries further.
True.
If it makes you feel better, Lucas, they probably have cameras. Considering we looked at.
No, it doesn't make me feel better. That's worse. Why would I feel better?
Because yeah, it's true. If the goose shows up.
I'm not worried about a goose right now. I'm worried about the creepy person that y'all saw. None of this is good. AJ, I'm with you now.
Oh, now you want to be on my side.
Yes.
Now when the flamethrowers come rolling in, then you want to call on AJ.
In fairness, flamethrowers are terrible.
Well, I mean, if we're going to keep going forward, I say we keep going forward.
Do you still want me to go first to check on the walls and everything, or?
Yeah, me and you up front. I'll keep an eye on things, and you
I'll keep an eye on the ground to see if I notice anything that looks out of place.
Okay, so everybody's just falling back into exploratory formation.
Mhm.
Yes. With additional,
Yes,
Which
behind
is-
you.
totally not creepy
Who
or
is the
foreboding.
who is the picking directly behind? Is it
Lucas.
Lucas? Oh no.
That's fine. I'm the cute one. Like I'm probably the safest. Well, maybe right after AJ. I'm the person that Pit King's like, do you want to be a werewolf and eat their souls? Yeah, all right. Like, yeah.
Question: has Damien shared the information about the Pit King not being completely human with the rest of the group yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Nope.
good.
That's why he's saying really good things back at him. Because
Great. We love that.
I can't put everyone in a panic.
You
The only thing I know is the Pit King's been pretty attentive to James. Mm-hmm.
I mean, worst case scenario, we just shove the Pit King in front of whatever danger we encounter.
Can we shove the Pit King? Can we shove the Pit King?
I'm sure the
Especially when he's
five
all
of
the way
us
in the
can push
back.
him.
How are we gonna shove forwards when he's behind us?
Can we just ally with the mob leader for like 10 minutes first, and then maybe when things go wrong, we can assert our dominance, but until then, pretend that we're just meager people who respect them so that we don't get fed to some sort of beholder basement cult?
I
All right,
respect the
that's
Pit
fine.
King.
Yeah.
I
think-
respect the Pit King too. I think the only person who really has to be suspicious of the Pit King is Damien.
So, you'll want to do the same rolls you did last week for awareness of surroundings and such.
Okay, that is.
Uh,
What was that again?
Wits
Composure,
composure.
wits, I believe.
What's composure? Sweet, good.
what's composure?
That would be one success for me.
That would be two
Nope,
successes
nothing.
for AJ.
Oh boy, I'm glad
Two
that
for
you were
me.
up there.
Okay, with all y'all in at the front, between Damien and James and AJ and everyone, you're able to continue to follow these markings, point them out to James, who then in turn will read them, like sort of stay low for a section, and there's some like just little like traps that are triggered by things that like head height. Able to evade setting things off for the most part. As you go, the Pit King sort of stays close to Lucas, and he keeps his voice down, but he does seem quite curious. Lucas, he sort of scoots kind of closer to you, almost sort of looming over you, and says, "So, you're looking for your friend down here?"
Yeah, my friends are really shitty liars.
Do you know what your friend was looking for down here?
I'm gonna level with you. I don't know if the person's even down here. There was a phone that fell down, but that's because they started looking for her. I don't know really anything about her except she was part of a group that I'm in, and now she's gone. It's all bad. It's all bad. Also,
so
this group, as you've seen, doesn't have a great sense of self-preservation. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't want to die.
Well, the world is dangerous, especially in the dark and unwatched corners. It's very smart
Are you
to
a
have a
vampire?
very strong self-preservation instinct.
And I like will lean and whisper, "Are you a vampire?"
Are you seriously
If so, I'm
asking me?
cool with it. But I also I've been learning that I'm not the only one who experiences weird supernatural things. So
He looks like very visibly startled by you saying that, and he's like, "What supernatural things have you come across?"
honest answer. I spoke to a little girl who's dead, and her mother lives in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you see ghosts.
essentially, yes. Now, the fact that you are not disturbed or shocked by this slightly concerns me.
I just think it's funny.
What?
I'm sorry, I don't really buy into the existence of ghosts personally.
Okay.
So if you see ghosts, why did your mind immediately go to vampire when seeing me?
You seem really strong, and you have a bunch of people who support you, and I've read a lot of fantasy novels about like thralls and stuff. Plus, everybody respects you, and people usually respect vampires, and you're underground, away from the light. And you're kind of attractive. Vampires are usually really attractive.
Does that seem like a logical explanation when you say it out loud?
I really don't think anything logical makes sense. I'm in a sewer right now.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Are you a werewolf?
A what?
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Like at this point, you see like the Pit King has sort of visibly relaxed a bit.
Yeah.
And seems to be less uber sus about you. He basically sort of feels like he has y'all figured out a bit. So he sort of quieted down, and as y'all progress through these tunnels, avoiding various traps, going down various twists and turns, you eventually reach a big bulkhead-esque door with some runes above it. And they say, let me just double check these notes here.
If you ever need to de-escalate a situation, ask someone if they're a werewolf or a vampire, and then give them reasons that are compliments as to why. You have to be a vampire. You're super attractive, everybody listens to you, and you have a piercing stare. They'll either be appreciative or they'll leave.
Or option 3, they'll kill you.
They'll eat you.
Eh.
Honestly, win-win-win.
Yeah, it was gonna happen.
I mean,
no
if they
matter what.
turn you, it's all win.
Okay, so James, you are able to read Safe Camp, Keep Secret, Doctor here, and Beware Ghouls.
What they say, James?
It says that this is a secret place and that there's a doctor here, which I think is probably the guy in the lab coat you saw.
Or an assistant or a project, who knows? But that seems true so far.
And it says something about ghouls.
Okay, that last part.
Was that some sort of like secret government team or something?
Maybe the ghouls are the students?
Maybe it's the thing that we saw in that person.
You're not
Damon
a
said,
ghoul, are you?
As Lucas, you say that to the Pit King, he just sort of laughs, and you can feel his hands just being placed on the back of your neck.
Just go.
And how does initiative in this game work?
Cool.
Fuck.
He is. No. This is a great opportunity, Lucas. You'll be young forever. Young forever. Stuck at like peak 20 years forever.
Peak physical performance.
Isn't it like a vamp can create a ghoul, but a ghoul can't create another ghoul?
That is correct.
Yeah, so a ghoul's just gonna create a corpse.
Oh hell! Well, what if he's actually a vampire and I was right, and that's why he was startled?
No. This is good. This is.
Am I about to be Lucas the Vampire Slayer? Let's go.
Or it can be.
Pit
King 2. Start your own pit fighting rink in the sewers.
This is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, how does initiative work? And once we figure it out, let's do it. Let's do the initiative.
Only all of us, or just Lucas in the back?
I have a button that says roll initiative for me.
I do.
Yeah, everybody hit your roll initiative button.
Whoa, where's
roll initiative?
Yeah, where's roll?
At the top, right above
It's
the
top of your
red die.
dice roller.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's just like right. It's cool.
I got the 13.
I got a 12.
I got a 12 as well.
Lucas got a 10, which is spicy.
Stop it.
I also got a 10. This is.
Now the hope is that the Pit King got a 9.
No, Pit King's gonna get a high number. Watch out. Pit King's gonna get like 20.
Pit King gets a 34.
Why do you hate happiness, Steph? Shauna, who am I
Actually-
speaking to right now?
I mean, right now you're just speaking to Shauna. Shauna's a monster. Don't worry. This is not
I
great.
actually got a 15.
Oh no. Well, I guess I'll figure out vampire, werewolf, or ghoul.
Yo, F's in
fast.
chat, please.
Yeah, like
The Pit King is strong. And the Pit King will start by attempting to shove Lucas's body down while bringing his knee up at Lucas's face.
I don't like the way you're so just like Lucas doesn't have a body. This is not good
This is how it
description.
goes.
And that's
Yeah.
4 successes on the brawl.
Oh,
Rip.
Nasty.
Damn, I should have double checked how combat works before this game.
I think that's about. I think. this
Yeah,
is-
so normally is the person's defense, the target's defense, is taken out of the pool of dice that
Okay.
the attacker
if
has.
they have a defense.
Okay, let me roll this then. Lucas, what's your defense?
My defense.
Should be on your sheet.
Let's hope it's
If I
high.
remember right.
Bottom right. It's in the bottom right.
It's right about the
Bottom right.
experience and the beats.
My
right above-
defense is a 1.
What?
Yeet.
Yeah, lowest of wits or dex.
Oh no.
Okay, so that's 3 successes. And I believe that would be bashing damage.
Yep.
Yep, so you take 3 bashing damage as the Pit King's knee just crunches right into your nose.
Ow.
Are we able to soak?
There is no soak for humans.
Okay.
How does damage work? As one fool.
You have 3 type of damage: bashing, lethal, and aggravated. Bashing is a slash, lethal is an X, and aggravated is a star.
Okay.
If you fill out all of your health in bashing, every turn you have a chance of falling unconscious. If you have all lethal, then you're dead.
What about aggravated?
Aggravated is like lethal, but it takes like, for us human, months probably to heal.
Okay.
This is bashing, right?
It
Please, Lucas.
That's
So
3
next
bashing
up-
damage, bro.
Who's next?
that would be me.
Go for it.
Did I see the Pit King or hear the crunch in back of me?
Oh, you definitely at least heard something.
I thought you were attractive.
If I see the Pit King hurting my friend, I will charge at him and try to punch him in his face.
Do it.
What's his defense?
3.
Ow. All right, so I would have brawl and strength plus my specialty.
I think there is an attack roll button.
Is there an attack roll button?
Yeah, under initiative.
Oh, look at that. Attack roll.
Just make sure your weapons are filled out properly.
Modifier -3 because of his -2 actually because I have a specialty. I'm fighting dirty.
It's for 1. Oh, nice. You did hit.
I
So you
did a hit.
punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. You swing at him and it goes true and gets him right in the jaw. He definitely wasn't expecting this, especially so quickly. Like he was a bit distracted during your fight, so he didn't really take all of it in. So you definitely caught him by surprise, and he stumbles back and lets go of Lucas.
The fuck's your problem, man?
Oh, I just know when I should keep my nose out of things, and when other people should too. We're still in initiative, so if McLoken would like to do anything, Demon or AJ, y'all both got the same.
Is there dirt on the ground by chance?
We can say that there's like dirt and mud on the ground.
Can I, as I see that, and he get like distracted by James, Damien, he sees like AJ doing whatever he's gonna do, and he figures that he doesn't really have anything to do, But he's gonna take like a handful of like dirt and mud or anything like that and throw it in his eyes because pocket sand.
Okay, so what kind of roll do you think we should do for that?
Not firearms. I would say weaponry and dexterity.
That does sound like a weaponry roll. You are definitely using a weapon, and you are going specifically for the eyes, so weapon dex makes a lot of sense.
Okay, it may not work because I have no points in weaponry.
You can spend a willpower to get +3.
I'm gonna spend a willpower because I have a lot and get a +3. So let's do this roll. I forget about willpower a lot.
And he has the...
What success?
Yeah, we'll let that go. Let's let that ride. You're not trying to do damage, so I'm not really going to do defense for this. So I'm just going to do his own roll to try to avoid this. Using his stats. And you get him right in the eyes. The mud just slings and hits him right in the face. And he has to, like, brush at his eyes to try to, like, get the mud out. And during this time, AJ, you have a chance to
Okay.
take advantage of the situation.
So AJ is going to attack. What is his defense right now, or is it changed because of the fact that he doesn't have his stuff? His, like, he can't see right now?
Yeah, we can say that drops his defense by 1 for this.
Okay, so what's the total for defense right now?
That'd be 2.
Okay, so I technically have a -1 because of Fight Club specialization.
Yeah. Have you... I guess this would fall under Fight Club because you definitely have Fight Clubbed with him before, right?
And I'm also bare-fisted, so punch.
You're doing Fight Club rules.
Yes.
Ah.
So I got 2 damage.
Oh, nice. Describe your damages.
I think that once I see the mud get thrown, AJ just runs up and does 2 quick strikes with their fists. Just like 1 punch to the gut and then 1 punch right across the face.
Okay. And Steph and Lucas need to go.
All right, I think
first.
this might help Lucas. Maybe I can go first.
Okay.
Steph's doesn't have very much useful weapons necessarily other than for show, so she's gonna take her her pepper spray off her keyring and just I know he has money, but you know what? Let's be for sure. Let's make this a time, and I'm just gonna pepper spray him in the face.
Let's do a Dex weapons for that.
I think it said Dex weapons or Dex athletics. I might do Dex athletics for that one.
Maybe. Pepper spray, that is in the Chronicles Darkness book, right?
Yeah. It's like page 130 something.
I have the book open.
Yeah, I just had the page for it to go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
A die bonus +1, durability 2, size 1, structure 1. Dex athletics or Dex firearms? Yeah.
Dex athletics, I think, when they do that. And there's a +1, or is that something else on that?
Yeah, die bonus +1.
Okay, cool. ES +1. Let's do it.
And they have their 3 defense. Do you factor their defense in?
Defense, so it's negative dice?
Yeah.
Or take away those dice? Okay, so it is 6, 7. So it's -3.
You can do it, Steph.
2, no, it's -2 because I had the +1. All right, there we go. Come on. Nope, nothing.
Okay, so
I try.
You bring up the pepper spray, but the Pit King's reflexes are kind of really primed and honed, and he just like swats your hand away.
Yeah. Can I make this a big failure?
A big failure. You want to do a big failure? You
Big
want to maybe
failure.
take some damage?
Sure, why not?
Okay, well, I'll let you do that. And let's see.
Steph
15
pepper sprays
response.
herself in the eyes.
I mean, that would be.
Steph has it backwards and
Oh,
just
no.
presses it.
If that's how you want it to go, then go for it. That's good. It's either that or the Pit King is going to counterattack on you.
What do you feel? Whatever you feel like.
I think narratively it might be a bit better if the Pit King gets a good old counterattack on you.
Okay.
So
I think
yeah.
So it looks like I was shaken. So like this might also like get rid of my shaken once I'm like punched or something.
Get the sense knocked out of you.
Yeah, because I was afraid from like the previous like bad readings.
Yeah. Well, you go to pepper spray the
Mhm.
Pit King, and he just grabs your wrist and pulls you, like yanks you close.
Oh, yeah, this
and
is-
uses that momentum to headbutt you right in the face.
Oh God.
For
this is-
3. You get 3 damage from that, 3 bashing.
And defense is what is that's dexterity and
Lowest of dex or wits plus athletics.
6. My defense is 6.
Oh, your defense is 6. Dang.
She's just like she's very good at kind of like being like
Let
kind of
me
squirrely.
re-roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 1 damage instead.
Okay. All right. I get grazed by it. I guess that's right. That's what that is, right?
I think you like move back with the move, like you tilt back with the motion, so you don't really get the full force of it, but it does conk you a bit.
Okay. So that's just that's an X, right? Or is it no a slash?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And that brings it over to Lucas. You're muted.
So if I'm using a willpower, do I declare that before I roll, or would I do that afterwards? Before?
It would be helpful if you could
Okay.
declare it before.
I'm going to use a willpower, and I'm going to try to strike with my specialization of Brawl Muay Thai.
Okay, go.
All right.
Go for it. You get the -3 from their defense, but you get
Okay.
+3 to your roll for your willpower.
Okay. And then +1 from Muay Thai at all?
You get your +1 from your specialization.
Okay, cool. So then it'll just be the 1. Got it.
Yes.
As a miss.
Lucas, I see that you have
What is the
-3 in
wound
your wound penalties.
Oh, I think I was checking the wrong boxes.
Yeah, you have to start from the left.
That makes sense.
Oh.
Because I
You
was
can
like,
roll that.
Like oh no.
are you
Okay.
already dying?
That makes sense. Okay, so I should
Are you
roll.
dying?
Got it. All right. So this is the right one.
Lucas was like, "It's time to die, y'all."
Yeah. Alright, so how do you flavor your Muay Thai attack?
So this is like after like getting hit in the face, kind of like shaking it off and spitting the blood away. And then when the Pit King goes in to hit Steph and knock Steph back, it's gonna be like a jumping kick to the chest.
Nice. So you jump up, kick him to the chest, and he like the wind is knocked out of him and he stumbles back, but he seems more solid than you expected.
Maybe today's
He
the
just-
day I become a vampire slayer.
You say that in character?
Yes. And I laughed at the end as well in character.
Well,
Oh.
it's his turn, and
Cool.
he's kind of annoyed by
Rip.
that. So
It's good to have good last words. Like a flashy last words is always nice.
that was 1 defense you had.
I'm gonna use the willpower and make it 2 more, so 3 defense, because these are never getting used otherwise.
You realize that if you survive, I'm calling you Buffy for the rest of your life.
That's still 2 successes.
That's
So
okay.
after he gets back, after he steadies himself, he does a spinning back kick and nails you like right in the chest with it.
Lucas
And
will
he
remember
lands
that.
and he just sort of gives you that like look of, you know, when someone's just like so disappointed in you from the bottom of their soul, and they project it outward at you just through their eyes. It just gives you that.
I wink. Lucas likes that.
Lucas, now is not the time for us to learn this kind of stuff.
And then how much damage was that?
That was 2.
2. Got it. I'm fine.
It's just bashing. How you looking, Lucas?
I've taken 5 damage so far. This is Gabe is loving this.
How much max health do you have?
I don't know.
It's 5 plus your stamina.
Oh, a lot. My stamina is a 4, so 9.
Okay, so that halfway.
Cool.
Ooh, glad to put all those points of stamina.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Rare.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially if you're going to be pissing people off.
Kika, would you say that as he does his back kick, the Pit King is placed sort of like this, with one leg in the air and the other leg on the ground?
Are you about to kick him in the nuts?
Oh yeah.
You got
My
35.
specialty is dirty fighting.
It's good.
You can try. Are you up next?
Yeah, I would be up next.
Then
Right
go
after him.
for it.
So I will rush up to him, use brute force. I'm going to uppercut him in the nuts as hard as I can, and I will burn a point of willpower, but that'll bring my defense to 0.
Oh, okay. You can do your roll.
What's his defense again?
3.
3? Alright, so 2 because dirty fighting specialty, 0 because all-out attack. We lost someone. And plus 3 for will.
McCloakin just dropped.
Oh no.
That would be 3 damage.
3 not damage.
And because it's 3 damage, he also suffers the knockdown tilt.
Okay. Do you want to describe this strike, or should I?
I can describe it if you want to. Do you want to wait until McCloakin is back? Or because I'll fix the cameras. Well, describe it if you want to, and I'll fix the cameras in the meantime.
Okay, so what were you using for that? Unarmed attack, and that was with brawl,
Unarmed uppercut to the nuts.
Okay. So you basically just like rush up. It kind of like almost looks funny, like because you have to get down really low to just like wham him right in the, you know, the testicles. So you strike him hard in the testicles, and that causes him to lose his balance. And he definitely didn't see that coming. It came in from behind him. It's been a while since he's done any sort of group fights, and also people typically aren't going for the groin too much in the brawls. So once you get him, he like stumbles a bit and then falls. He's very visibly hurt. Have you heard anything from McCloakin, or?
He said his internet dropped, so he'll probably rejoin. But I have a placeholder, so our cameras are okay.
I mean, there is a thing that says back next week now.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Since Damien can't go.
AJ's turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was actually just when it wasn't my turn, I was scrolling through the book on how combat works. And I've learned about something really cool called All Out, where I sacrifice all my defense for +2 dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another attack roll.
Right now, the Pit King's down, so I think you probably would suffer from his defense, right?
Knockdown is lose action this turn if it hasn't been taken, knocked prone. Can apply defense, attack from ground at -2.
McCloakin is back, by the way.
Ooh.
Yay. So if he attacks from ground, then it's -2.
Okay. But he's not unconscious, right? He's just on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will go ahead and also... So his defense is 3.
Yeah.
So I get +1 for specialization, +2 for all out. And I'll go ahead and use a willpower for +3. So that gives me a +3 modifier total.
Okay.
Then let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Kick him.
Yeah. So how do you want to knock him out?
So after AJ got their butt kicked by Angel with the previous fight, AJ is now learning to use their legs for hits. So they literally run up and like football style kick him right in the face. Like punting a ball to knock him out.
And when your foot connects, you hear a very satisfying crunch, very similar to the sound heard to start this fight off.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pit King falls back on his back, and his head just lolls as blood starts pouring from his nose.
I think I'm probably not allowed at the Bruisers anymore.
What the hell happened? God,
Oh, he's a vampire.
Should we check for fangs?
Yes.
check.
I check for fangs.
I'm
You don't
going through his
see-
pockets.
You don't see
Yeah.
fangs. You go through his pockets.
I want to.
Yeah.
You find a locked phone, a wallet, a secondary phone, like a burner phone, sort of a flip phone, keys, pretty standard stuff. You found some gum.
Does his wallet have his ID?
Yes, it does.
I'm writing down his full name and address.
Okay, we'll just note that you have that.
Okay.
Is his name Wesley Snipes?
Also, is there any
We
money
were
in it?
fighting.
I did make that joke with Deirdre.
Good.
I don't suppose any one of you have like zip ties or
Yeah,
know,
because I
handcuffs?
bring zip ties and handcuffs to Fight Club every week.
well, Lucas looks kinky. Maybe he has handcuffs.
I need to leave.
Nope. They're
Lucas,
my
are you-
Leathermans.
Lucas, are you right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm bleeding. Like not terribly, but I'm pretty beat up.
Your chest is starting to visibly bruise too, where you got kicked.
I feel the back of my
Um,
neck. Does it feel weird at all?
It feels maybe like it got like tweaked a bit when you got kneed in the face and your head snapped back.
I asked them if they were a vampire, and then they got real defensive. And then I asked them if they were a werewolf, and they got real relaxed. And then I asked them if they were a ghoul, and that's when they hit me. So, ghoul?
I
And I thought ghouls
knows?
were like undead, like
mean-
zombies.
I thought so. Yeah.
Could I make it a cool roll?
Oh God, I might do something dumb.
Stab
A
him.
cult roll if you want.
Okay.
That'd be intelligence occult.
Can do. Give me 1 second here.
Hey, AJ,
Yeah.
with Steph bleeding and Lucas beat up, do you think we could get Wesley arrested for battery?
Well, yes, but it'd be circumstantial. We'd have to explain what we were doing down here and what was happening and why we were attacked.
Shit.
It would be a lot of pieces and a lot of lies. And I'm good with lying to cops.
We're
But
I mean, we were exploring, and he just went after us.
I mean, but the question then becomes, does he know us? And then he could get us in trouble for the Fight Club.
Freaking dude attacked us.
I know he attacked us. I was there. I'm aware of this. I'm just saying, knowing the legality of this and knowing that he works for someone else, just because I know the Bruisers aren't actually organized by him, but by someone else with a lot more power,
right?
I don't know how well we'd get away with this.
He's not a person, so why don't we just...
I wouldn't say that he's not a person. We don't know that.
So, what do we do with him now?
I mean, you're not really able to get much information. Ghoul is a term that you've heard used in a lot of different ways. You're not really able to get anything that relates to this right here. But when you did read him, it did seem like his aura was mostly human. It just had extra.
So, confession time.
Yeah.
When we were in the fighting pits, I read his aura.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, he's mostly human. There's something extra added to it. There's the term ghoul is kind of referenced in many other things. I mean, undead is probably the most common one we know. There's been talkings of like vampires having ghouls. I don't understand the capacity of that. It's a very unique one. Could be a ghoul referencing as like a servant of some sort. But the undead one's the most common one I find. He's not undead, he's alive, but there's something extra to him. What that is, I don't know. But I did find his wallet and full address, and I got a locked phone. Wait, what kind of phone is it?
Galaxy S9.
Does it have the fingerprint?
Yes.
I am unlocking his phone with his fingerprint.
Oh, Damien, give me the other phone.
That's the burner phone here.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna read this burner phone.
The second you touch it, you get stuff off of it.
Hell yeah.
But let's see how much you get specifically. So do your rolls.
Cool. This isn't gonna be bad. This man just attacked us. All right. So that is occult and posure. +1. Let's just see. Ugh. Nothing.
Okay, so you don't. When you pick it, you're definitely trying to find something like some useful information off of it, but instead you're just sort of assailed with a wave of sensation, a lot of fear and terror mixed with almost like an overwhelming thirst, hunger for something, and it's really intense. And then all of a sudden in your mouth, again, you taste this really metallic taste. It's the same taste that you got in your mouth when you were at Carol's apartment. And then as fast as and as intense as it comes, it just immediately snaps away.
Ooh, okay. Lucas?
And you might end up with another condition.
Yeah, you may be onto something. Like, there are some intense feelings off this thing. Like, it's the same, just intense fear. Like, I've had a lot of that the last couple days, but the weird part was there was the mixture of the blood taste in my mouth with feelings of just ravenousness, I guess? Hunger?
Well,
It's not normal people. You don't get that from people.
Oh, absolutely not. If someone says, "Hey, are you a spy?" and then the person immediately hits you afterwards, chances are they're whatever you said. If I say ghoul and Pit Punk over there decides to try to make my face kiss the ground, chances are they're probably a ghoul. Punk.
Okay, but what does ghoul mean?
Okay, another thing. Did we just walk into a ghoul fighting ring? Is that what just happened?
I mean, AJ's not a ghoul, I don't think. AJ, you were
Yeah.
No.
Hey, what do you mean? I have so many questions. First off, not a ghoul fighting ring, as far as I know. What do you mean, not a ghoul yet?
I mean, they didn't like make you one. Who knows?
I've
I don't
never-
know. I just got like this feeling of like blood in my mouth and this person being hungry. I don't know what that means. And he tried to kick our ass pretty hard.
I have never, and probably will never, be a ghoul. First off. Secondly, for all we know, he could just be a crazy person. Or, well, someone who just, like, has anger issues? I don't know.
That was not anger issues, what I said.
Honestly, like, we're not going to be able to figure anything out right now. I would need to do research and compare everything that you told me comparatively to what, and I'm like pushing the fingerprint on the back of the phone. I'm like,
Just take his hand.
Maybe
Just,
Mm-hmm.
I think, given how it's been acted out, I think it's appropriate for Steph to gain the spooked condition.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. That is.
Okay.
Which one's that one again? Is that?
Your
see.
character has seen something supernatural, not overt enough to terrify her, but unmistakably otherworldly. How your character responds to this is up to you, but it captivates her and eats her attention. You can show
Yeah.
this condition when your character's fear and fascination cause her to do something that hinders the group or complicates things. Which, I mean, shouldn't be too hard for her to say that one.
No.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean,
So,
it's man just tried to.
can we clarify? I am not a ghoul.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay.
Lucas, do you believe me?
Yeah.
well, I only have one hypothesis about it, is that possibly the fighting ring is a sort of interview process, maybe.
Mm.
But that's me grasping at straws.
Oh. 'Cause
Okay,
James.
I have a theory.
James. He was paying a lot of attention to you throughout the entire night.
Yeah, but that's because I'm good looking.
He does have striking looks.
At two.
When
Thank you for-
I did read his aura, he did pick up on me and became very interested in what I was doing, and I think he did the same back. Possibly.
Okay.
Okay, maybe this doctor is gonna have answers about the ghouls.
Hold on. We just got into a fight.
Yeah.
Lucas and Steph are both bleeding.
I'm fine.
There are still more traps if we go forward. We have an unconscious body here. I don't think we should keep going.
Also, this asshole here knew something about Carol.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think this is I would like to kind of counter argue that is, if they have answers or if Carol's behind that door, and maybe they'll be able to help restrain this person. I mean, we could even tell them he chased us this far down, and when we got cornered, we fought him the hardest we could.
I mean, is there a door?
I
Out of
thought there was a
character?
door.
Yeah, there is a bulkhead door.
Okay, I completely missed that. I apologize.
Yeah, and the writing is right above it, right?
Okay.
If they're not hostile,
It's about then.
like what we did.
It's about then when you see the wheel on the bulkhead door starts spinning, and there's like a
password
high-pitched groan.
The password wolf. The password wolf. The password wolf.
Is the Pit King still on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to, just in case, and Russ doesn't like this, AJ puts their foot over his neck
Okay.
and like looks at the door.
That is noted. And as the door starts, starts to open, like just a wave of very humid, not unpleasant smelling, but definitely very hot air just sort of wafts out and hits you all at once. And from around the door looks this sort of shorter person in a suit with glasses. Looks around
Wolf.
and looks at all of you and says, "Well, I wasn't expecting any of you. Who are you?"
Wolf.
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 Okay, so you know the password. Who are you? He's looking like directly at James right now after scanning over all of you.
I'm.
Because you have striking looks plus 2.
Thank you. I'm James Flynn.
James Flynn. Oh, okay.
Do you know him?
I don't. The one on the floor.
Yeah.
Isn't that the My, is that not the Pit King?
And James like visibly tenses up.
How do you know him?
Because he is that one from the pit thing that's down the tunnels that way.
How do you know about those?
Oh. Well, can't you not read the sign? No, beware of ghouls.
Yeah, what's a ghoul?
First, who are you and why did you bring these with you? He says, gesturing at Lucas, Steph, Damien, AJ.
These? You mean them?
Yes.
They're my friends.
Oh yes, sorry, them. Why did you bring your friends with you?
I was following them. Look, Did you happen to see a phone down here?
Which phone? The what?
I dropped my.
Are you a ghoul?
Oh no ghouls allowed.
Is he a ghoul?
Oh yes.
What does that
He's
mean?
not allowed in here.
Is he a undead or is he a servant?
Oh. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to about these things with you all. James, was it? Is it okay to tell them about these things?
Why do you talk to me like you know me?
Well, you told me your name.
No, I know, but you don't need my permission to speak to my friends.
Oh, it's not a matter of permission. It's a matter of knowing how I don't know the entire nature of your relationship. I'm sorry. Are they working with you on something?
Well,
James? Are you not human?
I am.
Oh, the person just looks visibly shocked. It's just like, oh goodness. Oh. Well, this is embarrassing.
I'm gonna assume that you're not human.
Oh, I'm very human. I am as human as they come.
Mhm.
So am I. What?
Liar.
Look, I am at least as human as your friend James here.
Can I read your aura?
No, reading people's aura is very rude.
That's why I asked
Told you.
politely.
Okay. Are you a doctor?
Oh no, but the doctor is will be in soon if you need medical attention. Come on in and the doctor will be back very soon.
Do you eat people?
Oh goodness no, why would you ask something like that? That's so very rude of you.
I ask because we've just had an encounter with a ghoul who I believe wants to eat us.
What ghouls don't eat people? That's
What's-
ridiculous.
What's a ghoul?
Well, that's a ghoul. I shouldn't be. I know nothing. I'm just a curator of this establishment.
And what is this establishment?
Well, obviously, this is the doctor's.
Doctor Who.
Love that show.
AJ looks at everyone else and goes, "Hi, quick question. What is going on here?"
I have no idea.
have no idea.
Well, it looks like you followed your friends down this strange tunnel, and then the Pit King attacked you, and you beat him up. Good show. I'm very proud of you. Now, if you don't have business with the doctor, I shall have to ask you to leave.
We do
would
have
like
business
to
with
talk with the
doctor.
doctor.
Yeah.
Oh. Is this all right, James?
I look at everybody else and just raise my shoulder.
AJ just like glares at you.
I think Steph just like is wide-eyed, just staring. It's like,
Yes. Yes, it is. It's... Yes.
Okay, well, you'll have to take responsibility for them. I certainly won't.
AJ walks forward and whispers in James's ear, "Make sure he knows we're friends, not food."
Sir, what's your name, sir? I didn't get that.
Oh, you can call me Fitzgerald.
Okay, Fitzgerald. I'm Damien. Nice to meet you. Quick question. What are we doing with him? I point to the Pit King.
Oh, I can have Carl clean him up.
Who's
Okay.
Carl?
I believe he's still alive, though. Just a word of warning.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very useful information.
Are you gonna kill him?
Oh, no, that would be quite cruel, don't you think? Fitzgerald sort of shuffles out and goes over to the Pit King and then just hoists him over his shoulder in a fireman's carry. And then just,
The old man?
yeah,
yeah, oh no.
just sort of schleps him back to the bulkhead door, pushes it open, says, "Well, come on in," before stepping in past the bulkhead into a long corridor that runs perpendicular to the bulkhead.
Damien has already gone inside.
Yes, same with Steph. This is what we're here for. This is dangerous and dumb, but
I think AJ's probably in the back with Lucas and just looks at Lucas and goes, "Flamethrowers weren't enough. The Pit King showing up wasn't enough. Now the old man who's suplexing the Pit King still isn't enough."
AJ, I'm 90% sure the only reason that you and I are still here is to try to make sure that everyone else doesn't die.
I mean, now James isn't human, apparently. So he might eat us at some point.
And Lucas is literally just shaking his head and just like, literally, no matter how much more we learn, can't really get that much worse. I say that, you're gonna say yes, it can, but like AJ, now ghouls exist. So
Lucas, your blood is getting on your shirt.
But Lucas, we have dates.
yeah, Now
Oh, I
I'm thinking my
didn't like
date might
that
be a ghoul.
response. Oh, your date might be a ghoul.
One of them.
Oh,
There's two.
my date might be a ghoul.
Yeah.
Maybe Steph's right.
Both your dates
Cool.
could be ghouls. Like all your dates could be ghouls. They could all be ghouls. It could just be ghouls all the way down.
That's what Steph said. Ghouls.
What if the goose was a ghoul?
That's not surprising.
A gooseool.
A ghouls.
That's better.
Yeah, AJ. Okay, here's the deal. We need a code word. Let's make the code word goose.
They say it too often.
Yeah, but if you or I say goose, that means we run.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Deal.
deal.
Yeah, so you're following this little man carrying the Pit King over his shoulder. Down this long hewn stone corridor that has these pipes running along close to the top of it. It looks the same as the corridor that Damien and Steph saw when they came below Gasworks Park. You'd probably surmise that you are at least in the same area, maybe in the same sort of network as down there. He leads you past a few like very heavy metal doorways. You can peek through like these like little windows on them, and inside you see like lab equipment, people working around some things, some vats of stuff that you can't quite make out. Eventually, the old man leads you to this one door that is actually it's metal, but it has like a little tree painted on it. It looks like it's something done by like a child. And he just pushes it open and says, "Well, here's the waiting room. You can wait in here. I'll go let them know that you've come by, and someone will be in to sort this all out shortly."
Werewolf.
You saw a werewolf?
So werewolves do exist, everyone.
Oh,
I was
damn.
already knew
You
that.
got me that time. I'll give you that one. But don't think you'll be tricking me anymore, young
Wait, werewolves exist for real?
friend.
Do you guys understand that I nonchalantly brought up aura reading, and he was not shocked by that. So he's
Yeah, I understand that, but your aura reading at this point is on the low scale of the weird things.
Hey, I walk over to James. Hey, James.
What?
I have an idea.
Hmm?
Tell the kind of freaky librarian person that it's okay to tell us everything.
Fitzgerald, is it?
Oh, yes, James.
We are in we're working on something big. And we need to know everything you know about what's happening around here. And don't worry, you can tell them everything. We know about werewolves, we know about demon geese, we know about ghosts, vampires.
Oh, so you know about the vampires.
Well,
Yes.
evil bloodsuckers. Am I right?
Oh, okay, well, since you know so much, then you wouldn't mind waiting in this waiting room for the doctor to come by. I don't have all the details, of course, but I'm sure once you speak to the doctor, you'll be able to sort things out.
This
See, I am
doctor.
a facilitator. I mostly just know what goes on around here.
But this doctor, is he a vampire?
She.
Is she a vampire?
Why would we have vampire doctors here? That makes no sense. That's ridiculous.
You know, covering our
Are-
bases.
Are
She's
you a
like
mage?
us.
Are you a wizard?
I'm starting to doubt that they know everything.
Well, since James said you could tell us everything, when you say us, what do you mean?
Us. Down here. James, are you sure you told them?
What if
I
James
think
forgot?
some of our companions might have some brain damage from the fight.
Oh, then you should definitely see the doctor right this way in the waiting room. You can see in the room, it clearly just looks like a doctor's waiting room. It even has like one of those little like kids toy things with the wires that you can move like the wooden beads along.
I played with
Question:
it.
Is there an inspirational poster with a cat that just says "just hang in there"?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I feel more comfortable now.
There's like a novelty like fantasy motivational poster that has like a picture of like a fire elemental looking exhausted and it says burnout happens to everyone.
Is
If
there any
I-
books in here?
Are there any what?
Books?
There are like magazines and stuff.
Are there any pamphlets like Lycanthropy and You?
No.
How to tell your loved ones you're a bloodsucker?
Are there any air circulation vents in this place?
Yeah,
Sweet.
they aren't big though.
Dang it.
Tiny. How big? That is small.
One last
They're the
question.
sides of like vents that they have in actual buildings.
Yep. Tiny stuff.
Fitz, I have. Do you mind if I call you Fitz?
Oh, that's fine.
All right, Fitz. I have one
Can
last
I call
question.
you Jimmy?
You can call me Jimmy. We're pretty friendly, aren't we?
Oh, now I feel like I've known you for years, Jimmy.
Yeah, same Fitz. We've. Has anyone else like them come to see the doctor in the past couple of weeks?
Oh, yes.
Do they look like this? And I hold up a picture of Carol from my phone.
Oh, yes, that's the one. That's the doctor's friend. Are you friends of the doctor's friend?
Yes.
We
Yes.
are.
Where is she?
Oh, that is something we would like to know ourselves. But it's good you're here. I will let the doctor know to come see you as soon as she arrives.
Okay, thank you.
And then the door slams shut.
We can't stay in here.
I'm staying in here.
AJ is napping on a chair right now.
You guys need to take it easy. You guys aren't going to be able to do anything. If we escape, you guys are wounded. You guys won't be able to get anywhere. This is the best option we have currently.
Okay, wait.
I'm fine.
So Carol has been here.
Yeah, it seems.
It's the doctor's friend, so we need to talk to the doctor. So trying to escape is...
Well, I'm not talking about escaping.
Oh, Damien, as you're going through Wesley's phone, you eventually get into the pictures. It looks like all the text messages and things have been deleted, but you get into the pictures and into the backups. And in there, there's a few pictures of Carol out and about on the campus, as well as some photos of an individual. The person that you saw leaving Carol's apartment building with the German Shepherd.
Okay. Okay. And no other contacts, no text messages, no nothing?
There are contacts, but they're very like run of the mill, like dad, mom, Stacy from spin class.
Hi, Dad. Did you know that your son is a ghoul?
I am Is there a recent contact or like recently called list?
Yes. A lot of them are from like local Seattle area code 206. A lot aren't saved.
Mm-hmm.
It could be spam, or it could be just like the doctor's office, what have you. There's not a lot of outgoing calls. Most of them are incoming.
So the incoming calls, is there 2 or 3 numbers that are called every day or call every day at a certain time?
No, it seems a bit more varied than that.
Okay. So I'm not going to. The only thing I can think of is it's burner phone, so it's no point of writing them down, unless they're actually like telemarketers. But who knows? So
We're checking their personal phone though.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the pictures. I can't send it. We don't have a signal down here. So, do we have a signal down here?
No, let's say no.
Okay. I show everyone the pictures. So it's like German Shepherd lady and Carol. They were.
Wait. What the hell?
The bruisers were, or at least Wesley here was following them.
What the hell? What's going on?
Do you still have that other phone? Do you want to switch phones?
Yeah, here.
Hold on. I try. I look at the other phone. Is it the same kind of? It's just like a probably shitty mobile phone.
Yeah, flip phone. You need like a password to get in.
What kind of, like a numerical password or an actual like typed in password?
Alphanumeric.
Alphanumeric. All right.
Sun's out, guns out, 1.
I'm gonna go through his wallet to see if he actually has a folded up piece of paper in one of the folds to find, like some people do that where they fold it up because they're dumb and forget their password all the time. I want to see if there's anything that's like password like or like that.
I don't think they would have that.
Okay.
I do like how you're thinking about this, though. It's very, very good.
Okay. With that, I'm like, I honestly can't think. I don't know Wesley well enough to attempt to guess what his passwords are. Everything on his personal phone is null and void. There's a bunch of random numbers that call him, but I cannot tell you if they're actually anything. They don't look like they're answered. Is there any voicemails?
No.
Okay, no voicemails. So, yeah, I would need someone who can crack cell phones, or I can try to take out the SIM card and blah 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 tech stuff.
Did you go on the Google Play Store?
No, hold on. Wait.
Is his credit card safe?
Well, his credit card's right here.
Because we could just load up his credit card.
Here.
Well, why is that your big concern right now?
I mean, we can go to the bar.
Yeah.
Identity theft is not a...
You tried to...
He tried to murder Lucas.
Yeah, but
About then you hear like a big clang, clang, clang as there's a knock on the door, and then it starts creaking open.
Also, AJ is awake now after taking a 5-minute nap.
Nope, nope, still here. It's not a nightmare.
Power nap.
He's still here.
This time, like a middle-aged woman opens the door. She's got like very, very curly, like sort of salt and pepper hair, and she sort of like shuffles in and says, hello, you're here to see the doctor, right?
Yes, are you the doctor, or are you bringing us to see the doctor?
I was going to bring you to see the doctor. The doctor is in now. Is it okay if the doctor's creator is there as well?
Sure.
Or do you need a private meeting?
Wait,
What?
The I want to find this out. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, very good, very good. This is James, correct?
Yes.
Well, it's always good to see a new face about, James. Come.
What, me?
Well, yes. Well, I thought you were going to see the doctor. This one needs to see the doctor, I see, she says, pointing at Lucas.
Also her, and I point at Stephanie.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
bleeding, but sure, Damien, whatever.
Both of you need to see the doctor.
Do you mind if I accompany them?
Well, you have to come with them. We
Or
can't have
your
them running.
responsibility, remember?
Yes, this one,
Yes.
this one understands.
Okay, do you know me? Do I know you?
Well, we all know each other. It's that point where you your vision of this middle-aged woman sort of flickers, and for a moment you see this almost like a creature of parts that don't quite match up stitched together, and one of their eyes is actually just this sort of slowly blinking LED thing, and then it snaps back.
I screech and jump back.
I think you might need to do a roll to see if you get a condition there.
Yes, what do you want me to roll?
Just, your standard.
Roll to
Oh.
screech.
Like a breaking point?
Roll
Yeah,
for terror.
breaking point.
Resolve, composure. Do I have any modifiers? Why does it say strength brawl?
Because of
No.
your on attack rolls.
Oh, thank you. So no modifiers?
Not modifiers.
1 success.
1 success. That is not an overwhelming success, but you did get a success nonetheless. You're gonna get the minor condition of shaken. If you hadn't gotten any successes, It would have been worse. But
I'm shook.
you're definitely shook by this. Oh dear, James, are you okay?
What the fuck are you?
She looks like very hurt by this. What?
Wait, James.
I kind of, at this point, I kind of walk up to James, and I was I kind of stand in front of him and go, kind of whispering, "Hey, did you see something weird?"
Your eye.
Shh. Just
Oh, you're startled by my eye. I'm sorry. I just needed a temporary replacement for now.
No.
hey, just let's go with it for now, man.
The doctor can do some marvelous things. I'm just waiting for a suitable donor comes in. I don't mean donor, still living donor. I mean
Like parts? Because you were made of parts.
We're all made of parts.
No. I mean, your eye is a different part. It's artificial. And
Yes, I have an artificial eye. I thought we already covered this.
James.
You're being very rude.
I apologize on James' behalf. Sometimes he gets a little excited in the moment. We just got in a fight. The adrenaline is still high and that sort of thing. Let's just go. And then kind of hold James back a little bit as trying to usher everyone out.
I'll just meet eyes with Damien. It's
And I
Yes.
kind of like, as everyone's kind of like heading out and kind of like pulling on James back a little bit, just go, this is when we came down here the first time. I read the aura of the person and they had stitches. And this is really kind of coming full circle to Frankenstein's, the novel that we found, Carol. Just keep your cool. Let's just go with it.
Yeah, it's startling.
It is startling. I got very shook when this happened to me when I first saw it.
Is she the person you saw in the lab coat?
No,
Was it Fitzgerald?
no,
Jesus fuck, how many of them are there?
I don't know. But they seem to know who you are. So
But I don't know them.
we'll get to the bottom of that.
As you all are following this lady down the corridor, you occasionally cross paths with another individual walking the halls of this, all going somewhere with a purpose, through this labyrinthian tangle of winding corridors and rooms. And every time they walk by, just for a moment, James, you see their appearance flicker, and in that moment you see another being of various parts stitched together. One, a walking mannequin with electronics sort of embedded in its body. One person that seems to be carved out of marble. But every single time it's something a bit different, even though most of them seem to lean towards the human parts put together bent, and you're able only to see this for a moment as you pass them. And just as you're going, as you are continually shown these various creatures with their various shifting visages that no one else seems to be able to see, you sort of feel an itching at your chest and along your neck, and sort of like an ache. And it feels familiar, but you can't quite remember why.
I didn't get punched there during the fight.
No, you didn't.
I don't like this place.
And suddenly, here we are. This room is where the doctor is presently. The lady says, and pulls open the door to a very clean, very white, though the walls are painted white and the ceiling is painted white, though the room is still made of this huge stone. You can still see the stonework, but there's painting over it. The floor seems to be scrubbed very clean, and there is like an examining, well, not like an exam, like one of those hospital like examining chairs that leans back, sort of like they have in the dentist office. But you know what I mean. There's one of those in the middle, couple stools, a coat hanger. Leaning over a desk in the back is a sort of tall-ish female figure with blonde hair, back in two tight braids. And next to her, leaning against the counter and talking to her, is someone that you all, especially AJ, recognize right away. It is Cameron. And they're talking very casually, and it's just you come in as the woman is saying, well, I mean, I think I heard Carol mention a James once. I mean, they've got to be Carol's friends, right? And Cameron says, I really don't see why you look you had to take that one in. It doesn't make any sense. And she says, yeah, well, Dad, I am allowed to have friends, aren't I?
Cameron.
Oh, AJ. AJ, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here.
You're the creator.
Well, I wouldn't put it that far, but I do dabble in things here and there, and the other person turns around and it's like you see it's Saturday from the fight, and she says, I think he means like you're my dad. It's like, I'm not your dad. Well, what do you call it? I don't know. Just nothing with so much familial requirements.
Wait. What the hell is happening here?
You are in my workroom, and I don't think you're supposed to be here. And she stops and points at James and says, you are the one from the fight, and your friend got hurt. And why is your friend hurt? And what are you doing here?
Okay. She, and I point to Steph, and he, and I point to Lucas, need medical assistance. We were attacked by the Pit King. He just followed us. We're looking for Carol.
Okay, so you led them here. Did the Pit King get away?
No, we knocked him unconscious, and Fitzgerald
Carl took care of it.
or Carl, yeah, whoever.
Oh, okay. That's good. That'll all get sorted out. They could do good work. So Dad, this is the one that you like? She says, pointing at AJ, and he's like, don't call me that in front of him. Them. Sorry. Don't call me that in front of them. Isn't this kind of like weird? Yes, it's very weird.
Cameron, how old are you? Because you look very young to be her dad. Her dad.
I'm not actually her dad. It's like, no, he just put my brain in this.
What the?
Yeah, he's the doctor's creator, as the nice old lady told us. Cameron, what is going on here?
Well, AJ, what are you doing here?
Looking for Carol. We ran into your lovely flamethrowers out there, which were great.
Yes, they're supposed to keep people out.
The Pit King then followed us and attacked us when our good friend Lucas here casually asked, "Are you a ghoul?" To which he did not respond well.
I imagine he wouldn't, given that he's a ghoul.
So, what is happening?
That is something I would like to know myself.
What's in this? Like, it's a doctor's office, right? Like, it's a typical doctor's office?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like they recreated a typical doctor's office in like a spooky underground lair.
Okay.
But does it look like
AJ?
a spooky doctor's office, or is it like clean and everything?
It's clean and everything.
Okay.
But the fact that it's like very obvious that they were trying to replicate a doctor's office in a place where a doctor's office shouldn't be is kind of unsettling.
This is my last willpower. I'm gonna read the room.
What happens when you run out of willpower?
You need to do stuff to recover your wolf power.
I know. It's just we are down here in the scary place, and I don't want to know. I want to know what we're doing in the scary place.
I'm really glad no one's paying attention to Damien at the moment.
Okay, so Damien is
so many questions.
analyzing the room. Are you like using it with your aura reading, or are you
No,
just
I'm
investigating?
Investigating, like looking at things on the wall, looking at books, seeing anything that sticks out, taking a cat off my desk.
There are definitely a few books on anatomy. You get the sense, like, I'm not sure how you pick this up. Like the stuff that's out is very standard doctory, but the books are mostly an anatomical texts and surgery texts.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a couple diagrams, sketch pads. It's you get the sense, like, especially because there's nothing like a scale or like a stethoscope. Even you don't really get the sense that this is a room for general like checkups. It seems a bit more business oriented, if you know what I mean.
So like a surgeon's office rather than the OR.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Cameron actually goes up to AJ and is just like, can we maybe like talk outside alone? Like this is kind of awkward to do in front of your friends and everyone.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Okay. And he ushers AJ out into the hall. And is there anything like y'all want to like as AJ goes, I think Saturday at that point gestures for Lucas to come over and is like, okay, I'll just fix you up quick.
Other than like books or anything on the wall, is there anything that sticks out like security measures?
You can definitely see that there's a camera.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And yeah, Saturday gets to resetting your nose, Lucas, and patching it up a bit. And says, be very careful. Don't just like go around blowing your nose a lot, because that can mess that whole thing up.
Question. Or this is Lucas. Is Angel a human?
Angel. That was the Muay Thai one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a human, as human as ghouls get.
Ooh. Is James a ghoul?
Which one is James again?
The big one, the one that I fought. The one that kind of reminded me of like Maui from Moana.
Or Aquaman.
Less animated. Or Jason Momoa.
That one.
Oh yeah, definitely a ghoul.
Oh.
I thought you meant like James, your friend.
Oh, no. Well, is
Am I a ghoul?
James
No, why would you be a ghoul? That's ridiculous.
No, but
You
Carol
can't
would-
be a ghoul
Carol is your friend?
Shush. Why can't James be a ghoul?
because he's not a human.
What?
Okay.
James, ask what you are, and it's okay to say it in front of us.
I'm sorry, what?
What do you mean? What was I not clear?
James doesn't know that he's not a human.
James is
What?
human.
That's ridiculous. That doesn't make sense. No. Oh, James is human. Okay, you doing the gold road? Yeah, I'm human. Okay, fine.
Ooh, let's
I
do this.
am as humans as they get.
So,
Oh, as
okay,
humans
yes,
as we get,
Saturday.
yeah.
James is a human, so if I'm so yeah, this is opposite day. James is a human, which makes me what?
A cat? Is that the game we're playing?
No. I'm like if James is a human, that means that you are a human too.
Okay.
So what does that make me?
I don't know. I think I will need more information for this.
Is he a golem?
Why would he be a golem?
Okay, no more games. What are you? What is
That's-
James?
That's rude. You can't just ask that.
I'm a doctor.
James isn't human, then what is he?
James. Well, I've been informed that James is a human. So
Okay, this is weird. Clearly, you're all playing like a trick on me or something. Like, is you just decided to pick on me because I won my fight or something? Is that it?
James, I have no idea what's going on.
James,
What?
can I read your aura?
Sure.
I'm going to read James's aura.
Okay. James is letting you do this. So
Okay.
let's just get a roll to see if you get like shooken up by this.
Cool.
Does it help if it is something I've seen before? I'm gonna do the roll. It's a wits empathy. Is there any minus because of the composure?
Since James is letting you do this and giving you permission, we'll just not worry about that.
Okay.
He's mentally opened himself up to be red.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. As you look at James, it first sort of comes in at the edges, this sort of darkish, now familiar, sort of empty aura that sort of swirls around him, and then things pass like a shimmer passes over his face, and through it you can see a scar down his cheek, another one across his neck, and a whole mess of them going towards his chest. And you sort of see the rhythm like of his chest like moving up and down is sort of irregular, as if there's 2 tempos going at different pace, like beats. As you stare at them, you can see sort of almost kind of coming to focus. It's like, I keep using dream stuff, but I like using dream sort of thing. But it's like when you can't quite focus on something in a dream, no matter how hard you try.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of like this sort of silver, shimmery wisp around James over his chest that sort of goes out, and it moves like ink in water.
Mm-hmm.
And then for just a second, just an instance, you think you hear the voice of a young girl saying, "Hello?" And then you snap out.
No, that's not great. That's not great.
So?
Damien?
Okay. Is there a chair? Let's sit. James, sit down.
Damien, what's happening?
I'll get to that in a second. He just needs to take a seat.
I'll go sit down on the doctor's chair or something, the reclining chair. Unless Lucas is in there.
I mean, she's finished working on you, Lucas, but you don't have to move if you don't want to.
Move.
Okay.
I move like hell.
What's your earliest memory, James?
I'm at home and my mom is giving me red jello.
Okay.
How old are you in that memory? Saturday asks.
I don't know, 4, 5?
Oh, that's fascinating. She takes out like a clipboard and starts taking some notes.
Now, do you... I need kind of a refresher. I don't remember exactly. Did we all talk about the bus accident out loud? No. Okay. Have you ever experienced any sort of trauma recently or in your past?
Yeah, my dad used to beat me senseless.
Okay.
That what you want to know? Is that what you read on my aura or whatever?
No.
Damien, what do you mean, Damien?
Do you remember what I told you what I saw when we first came here?
Yeah.
James has scars, and he has 2 heartbeats, and there is a wisp, a silvery wisp, in a little girl's voice that was like, "Hello."
You just
And-
kind of you. Once you say
Lucas, how
that,
do you respond to this? I want to know how Lucas responds to this.
My eyes get real big, and I'm just staring at Damien.
So, Stephanie?
yeah, I think Stephanie's starting to get that same look that Lucas has. Like,
So the thing about Frankenstein's monster,
yeah,
I keep coming back to that.
Yeah.
And especially after everyone describes everything and what's going on here. That's why I said Gollum. Now, I don't know necessarily what that is. Actually have not. It's very fascinating that the occult would have a...
What does that have to do with James?
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday says, you don't. How could you not know?
Well, it might be due. Okay, I'm really out of my element here, but generally, human nature, when they have a traumatic event, maybe they don't remember, and he is not remembering.
Oh, but he
you
shouldn't
are.
remember much of anything before,
Oh,
but he seems to.
Before what?
oh shit.
Oh,
James.
yes, I should explain.
For his dad beating him?
James,
What?
Oh,
the memory that I got off here.
Yeah, the bus.
Oh no,
Yeah, it was
James.
it was shit.
Saturday's taking more notes.
Thank
Saturday,
you.
please explain, since you know what's happening and we don't.
I don't think he survived, James.
I'm here. Lucas, am I a ghost?
No.
I survived.
I touched his necklace and I saw a crash.
Yeah, the bus tipped over. We ended up in a ditch.
Hey, James. Do you know if you were on that bus with a little girl?
I don't remember a little girl. Would I, Kika?
That's up to you.
I don't remember a little girl.
Cool.
So yeah,
What?
the bus crashed. It was horrible. I would very, very much like not to think about that.
Yeah. Let's not ask about that right now.
Are you saying that he is like...
Okay, I kind of like huddle everyone together, like Lucas and Stephanie, and like talking very hushly.
Is this separate from James and Saturday?
No.
I don't do it. I literally say we need to just let Saturday speak because they know what's happening.
Now what the hell is up?
Oh, well, James, you seem to have some trouble comprehending things, which is quite unusual. Your situation in general seems very unusual, but I think I know how to kickstart things, as it were.
I take my pulse.
Do you know how to take your pulse?
Well, I mean, I can just shove 2 fingers up against my neck and try to see if there's a heart beating. Like, I don't want to know my heart rate. I just want to feel if there's a heart beating.
You do feel a heartbeat, but it doesn't feel regular.
Yeah, I'm stressed to all hell right now, so I'll chuck it the stress. Yeah.
Well, after Saturday said that, she went to a cabinet and opened it up and started pulling out these 2 cables with clamps on them.
I am not into that sort of play Saturday. And not in front of all my friends.
I don't follow.
Well, those are clamps. Those are...
Yes. And she taps them together and they like spark a little bit.
No.
So you are not giving consent.
What?
An informed consent is paramount. Oh,
Woke up to
informed.
James.
Yes. You will not be hurt.
You're about to do what? And what are these clamps connected to?
Electricity.
You're about to shock me.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I don't think so. That's not how electricity works.
Well, of course you don't think so, but that's part of the problem that we are aiming to solve.
Okay, why don't you do it to yourself first then?
Oh, I don't want to scare your friends.
But doing
we
it
all-
to...
Oh,
Doing
if
it...
we all look away.
How would doing it to me not scare them? Right now you're scaring everyone.
Well, you see, you're the one with the problem.
I don't have a problem. You certainly seem
Okay.
to have one. You're trying to electrocute someone. For all I know, you're going to kill me.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. Hippocratic oath.
Yeah.
James, do you ever wonder why you can understand the scripts that were on the wall on the way here and the ones I've shown you that I found?
Yeah, Boy Scout stuff.
No.
that's not.
Now, James, would you like to understand what you are?
How about you just tell me? How about you just, we'll start with that
Oh, it's
before
so much-
shoving things on me and zapping me with like 9,000 volts.
You won't believe it.
I have a friend who talks to ghosts, another one who sees auras, and another one who can look into the past or something.
You also had that doll with you.
What doll? I mean, AJ's cute, but
Oh dear. Saturday just like sits down in a chair and starts massaging her forehead. It's just like, Well, if I'm going to have to do it the slow way, we might as well get started. But I would like to know how AJ and Cameron are doing. Cameron has guided AJ off down another corridor, not too far, into like it's like a little cafeteria room. People really aren't there right now. It's pretty much just the two of you. And Cameron like goes up to a vending machine, hits a few buttons on it, gets some chips, and takes them over to you and tosses them down and sits down on the tables and is like, well,
AJ sits down. So what is happening here?
oh, now, do you promise not to be mad?
I don't know if we're in the realm of mad anymore.
Does that mean you're more on the shocked end or the livid end?
More in the what is reality anymore, and which I don't believe falls in the spectrum of what you have.
Oh, everybody goes through that phase in college.
please, just no sex jokes, just please.
Oh, I wasn't intending a sex joke. But
What's
if you want
going on?
something if you want something funny in the bedroom, we can always pick that up later.
Cameron, I'm like 3 seconds from screaming. What is going on?
Okay, so do you promise not to be mad?
This is not informed consent.
Fair. Do you promise to not A, not take it personally, and B, not hold it against me as far as you can given your perspective?
I can promise that. But if you've been eating people,
Oh
I
no.
can't promise that.
Oh no, I would not eat people. That's vulgar. That doesn't make someone more human.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
Well, you see, this down here is the underground laboratory I made for my creation, Saturday, who I made to be a doctor to run a clinic that serves individuals like myself.
And you are a...
I am... Well, people might say that I'm not human, but I'm as damn close as you can get.
That is so incredibly vague and so incredibly worrisome because you still didn't answer the question.
Well, there aren't a lot of very clean terms for it. Some call us Promethean. That might work for you.
What does that mean?
Have you read much Mary Shelley?
That's the Frankenstein lady.
Yes, the Frankenstein lady.
So you would be considered in
Please don't
probably an offensive term.
Yes, please don't call me a monster. I would not take kindly to that.
Okay. Who made you?
Oh. The one that made me has passed on quite a while ago, left me quite all alone. It was very tragic. I didn't have much of anyone to rely on, so I worked hard at it and I built up myself a nice, good, reliable community right here.
So this facility exists for other Prometheans, including yourself.
Yes.
You made Saturday, who is also a Promethean.
Yes.
What about the ghouls?
Oh, the ghouls. They were here when we got there. I didn't know they were here, of course, but they did encroach.
What's their interest with you? Or with you and your fellow Prometheans?
Oh, they all want to get what information and leverage they can to service whatever power struggles they have amongst themselves.
Who do they serve?
They serve the vampire.
One vampire.
Well, there's an organization that most likely they most likely serve one vampire, but there's a collective of vampires under that one vampire. You know, it's like
So kind of like an alpha or like a hierarchy of some sort?
It is a hierarchy. It's sort of, I can't call it a monarchy because it's really just whoever does the old power struggle game the best ends up on top, really.
So more like a regency.
Yes, that's a very good way of putting it.
And what happened to Carol?
Oh, well, that is something we would like to know ourselves.
Wait, hold on. Does this also mean that James is a Promethean?
Oh, your friend?
Yes.
Yes.
But he doesn't think that he's a Promethean.
That's very odd. That's not typical.
So, are the rest of us as human is? Or are some of us not actually human?
Well, the other three you're with are human.
See, I don't like that statement. Am I not human?
Cameron just looks at you and like really looks at you hard. Like it's not like the sort of flirtatious or loving looks that you have grown accustomed to from him. It's very cold and analytical, and it feels like it just gets right into your soul. And after about a minute, he says, AJ,
That is my name, yes.
is it though?
Yes.
Because now that I look at you, I see that you are not the person that I spoke to earlier this week.
What do you mean we were at the Bruisers?
Yes, but were you at the Bruisers? I wonder.
Cameron, what does that mean?
It means I don't know who you are. And I'm not very comfortable with that, especially with you being here, especially with what I just told you.
I think AJ would like kind of lean back a bit. Are you going to kill me?
Do I have to?
No. Please don't kill me. I'd like to live.
Yes, well, so did the lamb to the slaughter, I suppose. What I need to know is to know who and what you are and why you are here. So, James, Saturday is explaining to you that you are. She's. Let's just roleplay it. So, James, Saturday is there, and she was told to. You told her to explain to you what you are, and so Saturday mode. They're very different personalities, so I need to like load in the Saturday personality.
No problem.
Okay, so like, you know how you can't sleep? No, that's not a good starting point.
Because I
You
slept.
know-
Well, not yesterday, but I slept
When?
fine. Well,
When?
the day before yesterday,
Why? Where? How?
I was at home, I think. Yeah.
Oh, so that would be before the bus crash.
No, I think it's after.
Well,
Wait,
James.
was it after?
I have some news for you, and it's going to be very, very jarring. So brace yourself.
Sure, hit me.
James, it appears that you have died. But the good news is you're still able to get all the perks of being alive.
Okay, wait. I'm
See,
not
you can
dead.
walk
I
and
checked.
talk and interact with everyone. You're not a spooky ghost wisping about, scaring people.
No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure I'm flesh and bones. And
Well, yes,
I
flesh
have-
and bones, but not not classically alive flesh and bones.
I pinch myself. I'm like, this is my flesh?
You see, this would be a lot faster if you would just let me electrocute you.
Yeah, no.
It'll only take a second, won't hurt at all.
He said no.
It's
I know, I'm respecting that. No, I'm just saying.
look. I have a pulse. I have flesh. I have here. Do any one of you have a knife?
Oh, so you're willing to cut yourself, but not allow me to electrocute
leaving
you
my knife,
just a little
James.
bit.
I'm going to prick my finger with it. I'm not going to cut myself. Jeez.
I mean, that is still a cut. It's a small cut, but it's still a cut.
Yes, but it's a prick on the tip of my finger. If you have a 9-volt battery, I would be more than happy to shove my tongue on it.
That wouldn't do the job. And you prick your finger?
Yep. Is there blood?
Not initially.
Uh-oh.
Sort of dark brown, thick liquid eventually starts to slowly ooze out.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this? I think I caught something.
Yes, it's called being dead. And alive. And something. You're you. Don't worry about it.
All right, just... I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Y'all have to promise me you're bringing me to the hospital first thing if something happens, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, well, that's a very quick trip.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
All right, where do you want to put your fucking clamps?
Oh, you can just grab the ends if you want.
I'll grab both ends. Oh my...
Okay. As you do, you immediately feel this sort of tingling rush over your arms and your body, and you expect it to hurt. You expect convulsions, but instead you just feel sort of like power is starting to surge through you. It feels kind of good, actually. It's intense, but like a yeah intense sort of thing, you know?
Do I rip
Like it's
my
starting
shirt
to make
off?
you feel. You don't,
Okay.
and that's up to you. But you are starting to feel amped, and as this like rushes through, you look down, and the same sort of shimmering that you saw before happens, and on your body you see all these scars sort of start appearing, and they seem very fresh, very new, and they start glowing with this sort of like pale blue glow as the electricity runs over you, and these scars light up sort of from your hands and up your arms, and then it gets to your neck, face, and chest, and it starts glowing the most from the chest, and within you just see these two pulsing little orbs of light from within you that are each beating out of time with each other. And the rest of you like can see this too. It's happening like right in front of all of you, and the beating of your hearts gets faster and faster as you feel this electricity coursing through you. If you have any wounds, you can heal them.
I don't have any.
But
I
your
think,
finger like definitely closes back up.
and I think the moment I see the scars and everything, I just go, what? Can I let go? Like,
Yeah.
because normally I know when you're electrocuted, like your muscles cramp.
Yeah, but in your case, you're able to.
Okay. What the hell?
And then as soon as he lets go, that all just vanishes. And the rest of you can't see it anymore. Saturday just says, see, it's much faster to do it that way.
I'm dead?
Oh, well. Define dead.
What happened to me?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not the one that did you, so. It's very strange work, by the way.
Hey, James.
What?
You know that zip code, right? That I told you about?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
And Damien,
Yeah.
you heard a little girl's voice and said there were 2 heartbeats.
Yeah.
So usually when I hear the voice of someone, it starts when they're near me. And if this little girl is from the same place you were, Damien, I think some part of her would have to be near me. Oh, James, sorry, this is confusing. James, I think the other heart might be that little girl's.
That would make sense.
Holy shit.
So I'm carrying a ghost with me? It's not enough to just...
Yes.
Like a donor organ? But
More like 2 + 2 = 4. So Carol is friends with Saturday. Carol was also reading Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Very much where Frankenstein created a being from different parts of humans deceased and revived them through electricity, and what James just went through. Sort of like a flesh golem or homunculi, I'm guessing. I don't know. Saturday, what do you classify as?
Oh, Promethean is a good term. I definitely don't want to be called a flesh golem.
Oh,
Just-
I know. I'm sorry. That's why I asked. This is Promethean. Wait, have I heard that before? I have notes.
I was just thinking that you might have seen it, like, now that you have the word, you might have seen it scrawled somewhere in Carol's, like, random notes that she was taking.
Yeah. But what's it have to do with the goose? And I look at Saturday.
The goose that was stalking Carol. She told me all about it.
The goose.
Right?
What is the goose?
Unsavory goose, it sounded like to me.
The goose. I don't
I've
know
never
if you
seen
know.
a goose personally, but must be awful.
Do you not leave the tunnels?
Oh no.
So you go to the fight club or the bruisers and fight there?
Yeah, so it's mostly just to keep an eye on them.
Is May a ghoul?
May is someone you should be very careful around. For a number of reasons.
Why?
Well, first off, her left hook is quite nasty.
Yes. But is she human?
I haven't quite sussed out exactly who is a ghoul and who isn't a ghoul in that little ring, but I would say it's best to err on the side of caution. I mean, we'll soon get much more answers once the Pit King wakes up.
So, not to a little sidetracking note. So, ghouls are tied not to not to zombies, but they're tied to being servants. What are they servants of?
Vampires. Didn't Carol tell you all of this? When was the last time you saw her, by the way?
No, yeah.
Yeah, a week ago. That's why we're here.
Oh. So
Well,
that's
actually,
the last time I saw her.
Actually, longer before that because of Christmas break, and I have to call my grandma. So.
What about a month?
Oh. I've been waiting for her to show up again for a bit over a week now. I was hoping you would have some insight on where she went.
Wait, is Carol here?
No, Carol's not here. If she was here, then I would know where she is. Human. Yes.
Okay.
I leave the room. While this is all happening, I just...
Do you think you might have taken a condition?
Me? Yes.
Yeah. Another condition?
Definitely.
What kind of condition? Do you want to make a custom condition?
Right now, I think that here's what James going to do. He's going to leave. He's not there anymore. Like, not catatonic, but sort of. His mind, he snapped. He's just going to go outside in the tunnels.
Oh, so you're in a fugue state.
Yeah, fugue.
That is a condition.
Let's go with fugue.
Yes. Oh, this is pretty bad. Something terrible happened, and rather than deal with it or let it break you, your mind shuts it out. You're prone to blackouts and lost time. Whenever circumstances become too similar to the situation that led you to gaining this condition, the player rolls Resolve plus Composure. If you fill the role, the storyteller controls your character for the next scene, but your character, left to his own devices, will seek to avoid the conflict and get away from the area. Beat. You suffer the effects of this condition if you regain a dot of integrity, lose another dot of integrity, or achieve an exceptional success on a breaking point. You can shed this condition.
Good. Bye-bye.
So yeah. And I think you've lost a dot of integrity too.
Yeah, I don't have integrity anymore. I'm dead.
Oh yeah. Forgot. Sorry.
I just watched James leave as he has like probably a very vacant look on his face, and I know probably not to like interject. And I look at Saturday and I go, what was the last thing Carol brought up to you?
Oh, we're talking about the hospital. She did mention her girlfriend, which was sweet. I thought that was cute.
Does her girlfriend own a German Shepherd?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
So have you met her girlfriend? Did you meet before they were dating and didn't know they were dating?
No. More along the lines of deduction.
Oh. So no juicy gossip.
No.
Well, we were discussing the fact that people who go to the hospital, just on campus, not all of them end up going out with all the same parts that they went in with. Some don't go out at all in cases where it's very suspicious for them to not come out.
What do you mean, not all the same parts?
Well, sometimes they go in to, say, get a new kidney and leave with half a liver, sort of thing.
Is that similar, like for a Promethean, to you need a whole liver, not a half a liver, correct?
Yes, well, thankfully in this facility we have learned to clone all our parts that we need. It does take some time and some upkeep, but very clean ship we're running here.
So
I probably should not have told you that. Forget I said anything.
That's fine. I can keep a secret. I'm very interested. Is it science-based or is it arcanic in some sort?
Science-based? What?
Is it your what you are? Is it based on science?
Oh,
Like-
well, it's science of a sort. There is science involved, and there's also the good old alchemy. Oh, I probably
Alchemy.
should not say much more, I'm sure. Dad will be very upset again.
So very much like old alchemists, not how we understand alchemy now.
Well, old alchemists got a lot wrong, too.
Okay.
I think Steph puts her hand on Damien's shoulder. I trust you have this. I'm just gonna keep an eye on James.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I'll just like nod at Damien, just kind of leave the room.
I think... Would it be too much to ask for Lucas, Damien, and Steph to do like retroactive breaking point roll and seeing your friend James in all his spooky glory?
I don't know because I read his aura and I saw it beforehand. I don't
Okay,
know.
so maybe just Lucas and Steph.
Okay, that's a, what was it? Resolve composure?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, it's not a great day for me either. Yay.
Not a good
Two
day.
successes.
Okay, so a good bit better. Yeah, I think let's see, Lucas is a bit shaken again. But Stephanie, since you got 0, will say that you have something a little...
I'm already, what am I? I'm already spooked.
Can you have more than one condition?
I'm sure, why not? Sure. Let's go with it.
Or we can, if you want, we can upgrade that spook to something like broken.
Cool, yeah. I think putting 2 and 2 together that I saw somebody die in a thing was probably not great.
Yeah. Yeah. The text for that is whatever you did or saw something inside you snapped, you can barely muster up the will to do your job anymore, and anything more emotionally intense than a raised voice makes you flinch and back down. Apply a -2 to all social rolls and rolls involving resolve, and a -5 to any use of the intimidation skill.
That's fine. Intimidation was.
Yeah,
that fits.
Yeah, this is ended if you back down from a confrontation or fail a roll due to the condition. If you regain a dot of integrity, lose another dot of integrity for another reason, or achieve an exceptional success on a breaking point, you can shed this condition.
Cool.
Okay, so let's check in with AJ.
Hi.
So at this point, Cameron has sort of like stood up a bit from his seat, like hands both on the table, and he's starting to lean in close.
AJ's leaning back still and says, Cameron, you're scaring me, and I don't like this anymore. This isn't, it hasn't been cool or fun, but this is even less cool or fun than it was before.
It's not very cool or fun having someone impersonate someone you care about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You. What are you?
I'm a human?
I'm a fucking elf.
Do elves exist?
This is exhausting.
Cameron, what is going on?
Why should I even talk to you about it? Is this a play where you get me to open up and then learn my secrets?
What are you talking about?
Talking about you, how you're walking around with AJ's face.
I think AJ is like really flustered at this. Like I think like AJ doesn't know what to do or say. I think that they kind of like stand up and they look at Cameron and say, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think that I should be around you anymore.
I don't think you should be around any of this at all, ever. Even if you were AJ, stay away.
And I think that they walk away, and once they turn their back, there's actually like tears in their eyes.
And you hear Cameron just sort of like sit down hard in the room behind you, and you don't hear him follow you. And then as you get further away, you just hear a loud crash from the room.
Is this the room where everyone else was in, or the room with Cameron?
With Cameron.
AJ would just keep going.
Yeah. And as you go, you run into James in the hallway, looking very out of it.
Are we leaving now?
I don't care.
Okay. Let's go then.
Have to go gather up your compatriots. Didn't either Steph or Lucas follow James out?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so Steph would be there too. Oh, it's the emotionally broken club.
Oh, good. Yeah.
AJ, do you think you'd want to roll a breaking point based on the
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's
Everybody's a
composure
mess. Cool.
and something else?
resolve composure?
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. I think given given what happened, you definitely like you got your success, but do you do you think you'd want to maybe take the obsession condition?
Obsession in what?
Specifically with how you were accused of not being human by something that admitted to not being human to someone that admitted they were not human, and they treated you like you were something to be almost afraid of.
Yeah, I would take that, or unless there's like some sort of like heartbroken or like something along the vein of like damaged in the emotional sense.
I mean, there's also like guilty or something. And
no,
like
I think obsession would fit better then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll add that to the sheet.
Okay. So Steph, AJ, and James out in this hallway.
Come on, we know a shortcut out. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got more than enough. We
Where's
still don't know what happened to Carol and all this. We should go.
Would we
And, like-
know where the exit out to the park is from here?
Damien would know.
where's the
Would Stephanie too?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she has. Steph has the same directional thing that AJ has, so maybe, yeah.
Oh yeah, then Steph would definitely know.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Stephanie has that, then AJ would just look at her and say, "Can you just lead us to the Gasworth exit?"
Should we get the rest of them? I mean, they're still in the office.
Don't leave them here.
We should go if we're gonna go.
Everyone's dead here.
Let's get them.
I mean,
I think we've had enough today.
what is Lucas and Damien up to right now?
I want to talk to Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you three are okay with going, you can go, and Lucas and Damien can continue to converse with Saturday if they want.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
If everyone's good with that, then Steph very easily leads you to the hatch out. Steph, you see that one guy that was manning the door last time, but as he sees James, he just like gives James like a nod and lets you all through.
She'll kind of move closer to everyone else. She sees that person.
And you climb these old rusty metal spiral steps all the way up and out into the dark of Gasway Works Park in the middle of the night. It's not snowing this time, but there is now a rather biting rain. So Damien and Lucas.
Hello.
You're still talking to Saturday, I gather.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any last minute questions for her before we wrap up?
Yes.
I'll let Lucas go first. I asked a lot of questions.
What do the vampires have to do with any of this?
The vampires, well, they do seem to think they have control over this area. They certainly act like it. I'm not super up on vampire politics, but I just know that they are present. And the ghouls are hanging around the tunnels, especially more of them closer to the hospital. I was joining the group to keep an the bruisers to keep an eye on them.
But you say politics. What do you mean by that?
Oh, all groups have their politics. And especially amongst beings who live very long times, they amass long-standing stretches of political tradition, and it's... Ugh.
So, if a vampire makes a ghoul, is that how they turn someone into a vampire?
Oh no, a ghoul is more... The vampire feeds their blood, or vitae, as they like to call it, to a mortal, a human, and that imparts that individual with a small portion of the vampire's powers, but in turn it also binds the ghoul to the vampire's service, almost like an addiction.
Interesting.
But
Why
it
was Carol
compels them
even-
to be loyal.
Why was Carol even involved in any of this?
Oh, well. Carol seemed to like to stick her nose into things and get into trouble, I suspect.
That's true.
Does the name Jason Kahala, or how do you say the last name again?
Shauna?
Kahali.
Kali. Does Jason Kali ring a bell?
I do believe she mentioned that that was one of the advisors on campus. She thought that would be an interesting lead on some things. I never really got the follow-up on that.
Right. Do you guys have a library here?
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you have a section about the occult in your studies?
Yes, but you're human, so you're not allowed to read them.
How can I go about getting approval to read them?
Well, you could die and be turned into a Promethean, in which case you'd be a different person. So,
Okay.
I don't think there is a way.
Who's in charge?
Well, I am the doctor.
Yes, but you call Cameron dad.
Yes, he's my dad.
Is he in charge?
We're kind of all in charge.
How did Carol become close where she could commune with you guys on a regular basis?
Oh, well, it's a bit complicated, that. See, I am made of people parts, as you know, including my brain.
Yes.
And I think my brain was friends with her before my brain was put in all of this.
So did Carol have access to your library?
No,
Okay.
we have just been getting acquainted with each other, or reacquainted, ever since she found her way to my doorstep.
Interesting. Lucas?
I don't know. None of this makes sense. Our friends are sad, and I honestly, I think we get answers more often when we don't speak and other people do. And I think we ask a lot of questions, and then we get a lot of answers, and then we have no idea what to do with the answers, so we make mistakes.
The hospital.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. Well, it's the only thing we know, I guess.
Yeah. Is there a way I can talk to... Oh, what was that?
Should we still be doing this?
I want to know. different aspects of things. And if it's relevant, I mean, especially if like vampires are involved in the hospital, like what kind of creatures could run the hospital if they're taking half of things? Are they eating it? Are they using it?
Damien, the point is, that's not why we're doing this in the first place.
Yeah, I know. But
There shouldn't be a but to that sentence, and you know that.
okay, Saturday, can I get approval from you and Cameron to come back and talk to you?
I don't think Cameron will be wild about that idea, but I could give you an email through which you can contact me and we can arrange something later.
Okay, I know how to get through the back way, so
Yes, please don't come in.
Well, no, I'll.
You should not visit without an escort. Carol was okay because I was her escort, so you are fine because James is your escort.
Okay. Well,
and I don't see James here, so maybe you should get going before someone decides that you not being accompanied is a very bad idea.
Okay. Well, here's my email and here's my contact number. If you and Cameron can get in touch with me, I would like to talk more.
Very good. And she takes it and shoos you off. And now we are wrapping up. We're closing out this episode of our Chronicles, Seattle by Streetlight, where I've made everyone sad and now I feel bad.
Only half of us.
But
No, Damien
More
is
than
sad.
half of us.
Damien is sad because he can't get in the fucking library. He wants to get in that library.
I want to fight him so bad.
Damien? Yeah, I want to fight Damien too.
Gosh, we'll take turns, AJ.
Is my aspiration successful if I bring half of the group to have like sad feels drinks?
I think.
I mean, the rest of the group might catch up with you in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't think as much as Steph wants James to be by himself.
I think we should do outros.
Mhm.
Yes.
Starting with Shauna.
Hey, oh boy. Oh, sadness. That's great. I loved it. Yeah, Shauna Flying Stairs on Twitter where I have art and the games that I play throughout the week. And yeah. You can find me on Connor Roleplay on Mondays for The Broken Crown, where I think there are probably going to be sad times. I'm not going to be lying. There are probably going to be sad times up very, very soon. Someone's probably going to get murdered. Things are going to go bad. There's resentment. All that stuff. Yeah, you can catch me back here again. I can't wait. Even though half of us are going to be extremely, extremely sad probably when we catch our characters back again.
Okay. Gabe.
Hi, I'm
wanna go
Gabe.
next?
Gabe James Games. I had a great time. It's interesting to see how Lucas has changed. Yeah, he's changing a little bit, and it's not necessarily a bad change, but it's almost feels like he's maturing faster than I expected him to. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this goes. That little girl thing that's that's interesting.
There's one thing that makes you mature fast. It's trauma.
That's true. That's actually very true. But I loved it. It was fun.
Well, I mean, so long as everyone's emotionally safe and we're fine. Okay. Russ, you're up next.
All right. Hi, I am Russ. You can find me on Twitter at RussWildest. You can find me on the Prism Pals podcast and the LGBTQ plus D&D podcast. That's all ages. We will be starting season 2 sometime this month. On Saturdays, you can find me at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Welcome to the Parties channel playing Neverland 5e. And I think that's all for me. I play AJ, and AJ's very sad.
Simon?
Hi, I'm Simon at Wandering DM. I had a blast playing Sad James. It's going to be awesome to discover what happens when you realize that you've been dead for a while and deal with all the fallout of that. You can find me over on my channel from Tuesdays to Saturdays, playing everything from Dark Matter, D&D in Space, to Cyberpunk Red, to Vampire the Masquerade, to our new Mask campaign on Thursdays.
And last but certainly not least, McCloken, our good boy Damien.
Hello, I'm McLoken. You might recognize me from such films as I Asked Too Many Goddamn Questions, and so your best friend's a zombie. That was it was such a good episode tonight. There was a lot of information Damien was finding out, but from like a story aspect, there was a lot of like cool story, like the little heart that is like that has a ghost attached to it, and like I had a sneaking suspicion that the Pirate King or the Pit King, I said the Pirate King, but the Pit King was a ghoul, and it's so fascinating. Like knowing like a lot of that from when I used to play like Vampire the Masquerade and all that kind of stuff, and having Damien find it out for the first time is really kind of fun. And I really like how Lucas is like, is this really how we want to do it? Like kind of being like the person to reel in Damien, and being like, hey, we gotta fucking go. And he's like, but the answer is like that's what I feel like is like going on with him. But it's great. You guys can follow me at McCloken. I'm on a show tomorrow night on Global Press called The World Tree Burns. And I play a lovable gnome character who is the most honest person and you can trust with your life. And I am on a new podcast that's going to be starting here in February this month called Dark Fortunes. And it is a Humblewood pirate campaign. So basically we're going to be pirates in that campaign one way or the other. I don't know how it's going to happen yet. I haven't done my first intro episode yet, so I'm excited. But yeah, that's me. And I love you guys, and thank you all you guys for being an awesome cast, and Kika, an awesome storyteller.
Thank you. And I think we had one more thing that we need to cover before I do my whole outro bit. So, James?
Yeah, I just want to let everyone know that the Kickstarter for Hunter the Vigil 2nd edition will start on February the 6th, which is in 3 days. So this Thursday. If you like our game of mortals investigating the paranormal, you will definitely want to take a look at Hunter.
And as always, I am your storyteller, Kika, at KikaVio on Twitter. You can find me here pretty much, like just here so far, right now, every week on Mondays. For more Seattle by Streetlight. I look forward to seeing you again next week. And until then, stay safe, stay in the light.